Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jawad here. Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot. Why healing isn't as simple as we think and why you're not failing. Let's get into it. I see so many people struggling with their health, feeling stuck and exhausted. If that sounds like you, this message is for you. Let's talk about how small steps can lead to real change. Before we dive in today, I want you to pause and take one deep breath. You're here, and that means you care. And that is where healing begins. One, facing the mirror without shame. Too often we look in the mirror and feel guilt, frustration, even shame. We tell ourselves, I'm not doing enough, I'm failing, I should look different. But here's the truth, most people are not lazy, they are overwhelmed, confused by conflicting health advice, exhausted by stress, work, responsibilities. If that's you, you're not alone and you're not broken. Two, your body isn't the problem, it's a messenger. As a physician, I've come to realize this. The body speaks long before it breaks. That stubborn weight, that low energy, that scattered focus, these aren't character flaws. These are signals. Your body is trying to get your attention, and it's doing the best it can with what it's been given. The question is, are we listening? You don't need a perfect diet, six pack abs, or 2 hours of cardio to be healthy. You don't need to fast for 18 hours or cut out every carb. What you need is a simple, sustainable plan that works for your life, your body, and your goals. Because small efforts done daily are more powerful than big efforts done once. 4. The magic of 1% daily growth. Think about this. If you got just 1% better every day in 1 year, you'd be nearly 37 times better. That's not motivational fluff, that's math. One extra glass of water, 5 more minutes of walking, one less sugary drink. These add up faster than you think. So let's start small and build momentum. 5. What to do today, practical steps. Let's simplify it. Here are 3 non-negotiables I recommend to all my patients. Hydrate early. The first thing in the morning, drink a full glass of water. It wakes up your organs, rehydrates your brain, and boosts energy. Move your body. Walk for 10 minutes, march in place, stretch while watching TV. Movement is medicine. Protect your peace. For 1 minute today, sit quietly. Breathe deeply. That moment of stillness helps lower cortisol, your stress hormone. 6. The brain body connection. You're not lazy. I want to speak to those who feel stuck. You've tried and you've fallen off. You've planned and gotten busy. You've lost weight and gained it back. Again, it's not because you lack willpower. It's because the brain resists change. It prefers comfort, even if that comfort is unhealthy. But the brain can be retrained through repetition, through belief, through action. 7. You're not starting over, you're starting wiser. Maybe you've failed before. Maybe you've broken promises to yourself. But every setback has taught you something. So today is not day one, it's day wiser. You're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience, and that makes you stronger. 8. What healing actually looks like. Healing isn't always dramatic, sometimes it's quiet. It looks like waking up with a little more energy, breathing deeper, thinking clearer, feeling proud you made a better choice. That's healing. Celebrate it. 9. Your health is a relationship. Treat your health like a relationship, not a punishment. Would you yell at a child who's trying to learn to walk? No, you'd cheer them on. So when you stumble, don't attack yourself. Encourage yourself. Talk to yourself the way you talk to someone you love. Because your health is not a sprint, it's a lifelong friendship with your body. 10. Let go of all or nothing thinking. One of the biggest lies in health is, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. That mindset is the enemy of progress. If you can't walk for 30 minutes, walk for 5. If you eat one unhealthy meal, it doesn't ruin the whole day. You didn't fail, you're human. Give yourself grace, then keep going. 11. Trust the science. Your body wants to heal. I say this as a doctor. Your body is incredible. It regenerates cells, balances hormones, repairs tissue, often without you even noticing. And when you give it the right support, food, sleep, movement, love, your body begins to heal itself. Not overnight, But surely, this journey isn't just about weight loss or cholesterol numbers. It's about energy to play with your kids, confidence to show up for yourself, mental clarity, joy, freedom. The number on the scale is just data. What really matters is how you feel, how you live. 13. Your next step, not 10 steps ahead. Forget next week. Forget the next 10 pounds. What matters is the next choice, what you put on your plate, how you speak to yourself, whether you move or stay still. Health is built one decision at a time. You don't need to be ready for the whole road. You just need to take the next step. 14. You're not alone. I'm with you. Please remember, you are not alone. As a physician, I've walked this road with many. I've seen the tears, the victories, the relapses, and the breakthroughs, and I believe in your ability to rise not just once, but again and again. So if no one's told you lately, I'm proud of you. You're doing better than you think, and I'm right here with you. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood truths in healthcare today, the idea that people struggling with their weight, their health, or their energy are simply lazy. I want to tell you today, as your doctor, that's not true. In fact, it couldn't be further from the truth. Most people are not lazy, they are exhausted, they are not failing because they don't care, they are not stuck because they don't want to change. They are drowning in responsibilities, stress, burnout, and a lack of consistent support. They are fighting battles others don't see, and many of them, maybe you too, are still showing up for work, for family, for life, even when their tank is completely empty. You see, chronic exhaustion doesn't always look like lying in bed. Sometimes it looks like pushing through work with no energy. Sometimes it looks like caring for others while ignoring your own body's needs. And sometimes it's just survival. One more day of holding it together, pretending you're fine when deep down you feel like you're running on fumes. This is why when I hear someone say, I just need more motivation, I pause, because motivation isn't the problem, capacity is. Your body needs energy to change. Real change, the kind that heals, transforms, and lasts, requires focus, sleep, clarity, and mental bandwidth. But if you're constantly in fight or flight mode, running from one task to the next, waking up tired, going to sleep anxious, and eating meals on the go, how can you expect yourself to stick to a perfect meal plan, work out every day, and meditate for 20 minutes? It's unrealistic, not because you're weak, but because you're human. I want you to hear this. If you're tired, it's okay. You're not broken, you're not behind. Your body is telling the truth even if the world doesn't listen. And the first step toward healing isn't doing more, it's doing less. It's learning to rest again. Not just sleep, but true rest. The kind that lets your nervous system calm down. The kind that lets your mind breathe. Maybe that rest starts with something simple, saying no to one extra commitment, taking 5 minutes to sit outside in silence, putting your phone down an hour before bed, drinking one extra glass of water. These don't seem like major health hacks, but they are powerful shifts because they create space, and healing needs space. You don't heal by pushing harder, you heal by unburdening your body gently and gradually. Let's also talk about the guilt that often comes with exhaustion. So many people feel ashamed for being tired. They compare themselves to others, to influencers, athletes, or their younger self, and wonder why they can't keep up. But comparison is the thief of progress. Your journey is your own. Your body, your brain, your hormones, your trauma, your sleep patterns, they all affect how much energy you have. So instead of comparing, start compassioning. Replace the question, what's wrong with me, with what do I need today? That simple shift rewires your mindset from self attack to self awareness. And here's the beautiful thing, when you start honoring your exhaustion instead of fighting it, the energy begins to return slowly, gently. You start to feel a bit more alive, a bit more present, a bit more capable of choosing differently. And those little moments, they are signs that healing has already begun. You don't need a boot camp, you need a reset. You don't need a punisher, you need a partner, and your body wants to be that partner. And you don't need a perfect plan, you need one small realistic change, repeated daily. So, no, you're not lazy, you're just tired, and your tiredness makes perfect sense. Let's stop judging it and start listening to it. Because when you give your body what it's been asking for, it will thank you, not with instant transformation, but with gradual lifelong healing. One of the most powerful shifts I encourage every patient to make is to stop seeing their body as the enemy. When symptoms like stubborn weight, chronic fatigue, aches, or brain fog appear, the first impulse is often frustration or even anger at ourselves. We say, why can't I just lose this weight? Why am I always tired? What's wrong with me? But what if I told you your body is not punishing you? It's trying to communicate with you. Our bodies speak a language of signals. Pain, fatigue, cravings, inflammation, all are ways your body tries to say, pay attention. Something is out of balance. These signals are not your failure, they are your body's wisdom. When we stop treating symptoms as isolated problems to be fixed and instead listen to what our bodies are telling us, we open the door to healing at a deeper level. Take inflammation, for example. If you have swelling or joint pain, it's a sign your body's immune system is working overtime. This is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of a body under stress from diet, stress, lack of sleep, or environmental toxins. Your body is trying to protect itself, but it needs your help to calm the fire. Or consider chronic fatigue. Feeling tired all the time is a signal that your adrenal system, your mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells, or even your thyroid might be struggling. Your body is asking for rest, nutrition, or perhaps less stress, not punishment. Even cravings, often dismissed as lack of willpower, are messages. They may be your body's way of requesting missing nutrients, hydration, or emotional comfort. Recognizing this can shift how you approach food, from I must resist to what am I truly needing. When you begin to listen to these signals, instead of ignoring or silencing them, your relationship with your body transforms. Instead of frustration, you cultivate curiosity. Instead of shame, you develop compassion. This approach requires patience, because the body often signals discomfort before relief. It may be uncomfortable to slow down, change habits, or confront emotions, but the rewards, greater energy, clearer thinking, and sustainable health, are worth every step. Your body is your most loyal ally. It wants you to thrive. When you partner with it by listening, honoring its needs, and making consistent supportive choices, healing can unfold naturally. This isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong conversation between you and your body, but it's the most important conversation you'll ever have. When most people think of healing, they imagine a dramatic transformation, a sudden burst of energy, rapid weight loss, or a complete before and after makeover. But real healing rarely looks like that. In fact, healing is often quiet, subtle, and slow. It is the small, almost invisible changes that build over time, like waking up with just a little more energy than yesterday, making a healthier food choice without struggle, or feeling a bit calmer during stressful moments. These are the milestones of true, lasting healing. Our culture loves instant gratification. We want fast results, overnight success, and visible proof. But health and wellness don't work that way. Your body needs time to repair cells, balance hormones, rebuild strength, and calm inflammation. This slow process can feel frustrating. You might feel like nothing is changing, or worse, that you're stuck. But every single positive choice you make plants a seed. With patience and consistency, those seeds grow into lasting change. It also means redefining what success looks like. Success isn't just hitting a target weight or fitting into a certain size. It's about improving your quality of life, feeling more present, sleeping better, thinking clearer, or having the stamina to play with your kids. Understanding that healing is quiet allows you to celebrate every small win. Instead of waiting for a big aha moment, you recognize progress in daily actions and feelings. This mindset helps reduce discouragement and burnout. When you appreciate the quiet steps, you're more likely to stay motivated and committed. So embrace the quiet. Trust the slow work your body is doing behind the scenes. Healing is a journey of many small, consistent choices, not a single dramatic event. One of the biggest obstacles I see in patients is waiting for the right moment to start their health journey. They wait until they have more time, more money, less stress, or more motivation. But the truth is that perfect moment rarely comes. Waiting to feel ready often means postponing change indefinitely. It creates a cycle of delay and regret, where goals remain out of reach because conditions are never just right. Here's the hard truth. You don't need to feel ready to start healing. You don't need a perfect plan or the ideal circumstances. You just need to take the first step. It might be something as simple as drinking one extra glass of water today, standing up to stretch, or choosing a whole food instead of processed. These small beginnings don't require massive motivation or energy. They require action. And here's what's amazing. Starting creates momentum. When you take the first step, your brain responds positively. Motivation often follows action, not the other way around. You learn by doing. You adjust as you go. You build confidence from small wins. Waiting for readiness is often a way of protecting yourself from failure or discomfort. But growth happens outside of comfort zones. So instead of waiting, begin. Choose one small step and do it now. Then another tomorrow. By starting where you are, you give yourself permission to progress imperfectly and humanly. It's common to feel discouraged when you've tried to change before and didn't get lasting results. Maybe you've lost weight only to regain it, or started exercising and then stopped. It's easy to think you're starting from scratch, and that can feel overwhelming. But I want you to reframe that thought. You're not starting over, you're starting wiser. Every attempt you've made, successful or not, has taught you something valuable about your body, your habits, and your mindset. You now know what didn't work, what made you feel miserable, or what barriers you faced. You've learned about triggers, patterns, and challenges unique to your life.
This knowledge is powerful. It means you have a foundation to build on. Approach your next phase with curiosity and kindness. Use past lessons as guideposts, not as weights that hold you down. Give yourself credit for your resilience. The journey isn't linear. It's full of twists and turns, progress and setbacks. What matters most is your willingness to begin again, armed with the wisdom of experience. This mindset creates a strong, compassionate base for sustainable health changes. When facing a long journey toward better health, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by how far you have to go. You might focus on distant goals, losing 50 pounds, running a marathon, or completely overhauling your diet, and feel paralyzed. That kind of thinking creates a mental roadblock. Instead, focus on the next step. What's one small, manageable action you can take right now? Maybe it's taking a short walk around the block. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water before your next meal. Maybe it's setting your phone aside 30 minutes before bed. These small steps may seem insignificant on their own, but together, they create lasting momentum. They build habits that compound over time. Focusing on the next step removes the pressure of perfection. It allows you to live fully in the present moment and make choices aligned with your goals. Every step forward is progress. Celebrate that progress, no matter how small. Remember, health is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey made up of countless small steps. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want you to remember one powerful truth. Healing is not about rushing or forcing yourself to be perfect. It's about kindness. It's about patience. It's about showing up for yourself, day after day, even when it feels hard. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are a human being doing your best with what you have. And that is more than enough. Your body is trying to tell you something important. It wants to heal. It wants to get stronger. But it needs your compassion and your consistency, not punishment or shame. The journey ahead might feel long, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Focus only on the next small step, that next glass of water, that next walk, that next moment of rest. Because these small choices, repeated every day, create the foundation for deep and lasting change. So don't wait for motivation to magically appear. Start right now, exactly where you are. Take a deep breath and tell yourself, I am ready to begin. I am worthy of healing. I'm proud of you for listening, for caring.